At the height of the Battle of the Atlantic in World War II, St. John's was the home port for critical supply convoys. The Crow's Nest Officers Club was created as a retreat where Allied officers could relax, share stories, and a home-cooked meal. For its role in the Battle of the Atlantic as a safe haven and its enduring legacy as a living museum and cultural institution, this year the Award of Historic Marine Significance honours the Crow's Nest.
The Crow's Nest Officers Club is located at 88 Water Street. We overlook the Narrows. Just looking through those windows was the front door of the war.
St. John's itself, before World War II, it was a challenging time, and that changed very quickly with the outbreak of World War II. And we saw the installation of all sorts of infrastructure through the province, but none more so than perhaps here in St. John's, where the population swelled. There was enormous economic activity, and so at the center of all of that was the Crow's Nest.
The Crow's Nest started off as the Seagoing Officers Club in World War II. It was a place of rest and relaxation for the officers before post-traumatic stress was officially recognized as a condition. This was a private, secure place where they could talk with their peers without judgment because everyone had been in the same situation. Life at sea in the convoys in World War II would have been very, very rough. So to eventually get back into home port and come to a room like this, where it's warm, it's dry, there's a hot meal waiting for you, and you can sit by the fire with friends, must have been heavenly.
In later years, and in particular now, it's open to everybody.
This club is nothing if not adaptable. So we've gone from an all-male seagoing officers club to a mixed-gender tri-service all-ranks club that welcomes civilians. So if that's not adaptable, I don't know what is.
We have song circles and storytelling circles and receptions.
We're a fine meeting place for a lot of small community organizations. The Ballad Singing Circle meets here, the Company of Master Mariners.
It's a welcome anchorage. It's a place we know very well. Some of our older members who have gone now remember way back when they would meet here, and so we retain that connectivity. A lot of our younger members, particularly at the cadet level, it's a way to start to introduce them to the Crow's Nest.
Every time a Canadian Navy ship comes into St. John's, its crews invariably make a visit to the Crow's Nest.
The senior officers normally like to make sure that junior personnel experience this room.
It's sort of a pilgrimage. It connects them to the past.
And having a place where you can still come and see all the vested memorabilia, the ship's plaques, the bells, all the artifacts.
The artifacts you see around the room, most of them are from the World War II era. Many families come back and they get emotional when they see their father's gun shield, and I've had a few people start crying on me.
My first visit to the Crow's Nest came in the early 1980s with my father. He was a veteran from World War II. He was in the Navy. Being at the Crow's Nest connects me to my father and to his past very much. And it was pretty extraordinary to be in that place with him. I'm very much aware of how much we owe that generation.
These days we have Orkin for pest control. Back in the war years, it was Sailor the club cat. And this one fellow wrote in and he said he'd come in from convoy duty, uptight and tense, and Sailor would just bring him back to rational thinking. So I think it's an early example of pet therapy.
I think the future of the Crow's Nest is very strong.
Our membership is growing. The activities at the club are thriving. We have a wide and diverse membership from all over the world.
We've changed with the times, but we do retain that World War II atmosphere.
It's tied to history. It's a living museum. I think it's time that it wins an award like this because it highlights what the connectivity is and what the value of this organization is to our history.